Hello everyone and welcome to our yoga for mobility. And today all you'll need is a cushion or a pillow, a blanket and either a yoga block or a nice thick hardback book, like a dictionary size, which we can use to help you if you need an extra prop to get into some of these postures today. As usual, please just go at your own pace, take it nice and easy. One of the first things we were taught in yoga is that you don't need a flexible body, you just need a flexible mind. So it's not about how far you can get into each posture, it's more your own journey, and it's just working with your body, being patient with yourself, eking into these positions, and then you'll find that over time they become easier and easier. So try not to get frustrated with yourself if you're struggling with your mobility, like I do. On the other hand, if you are a really flexible person, just really watch your setup. You might find you collapse into certain postures because you've got a little bit of hypermobility. So just listen to our cues and our prompts, take it easy, and then thanks for joining us. We're going to start today's class in a child's pose position. So come into kneeling, just pop your heels, your knees slightly apart so you've got space for your chest and your belly. You know, walk your hands forward down onto the mat. Just take those arms nice and far forward. Relax the chest and the head down onto the mat. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Relax here. And just take a few deep breaths. Keep holding. Just encourage that bum over the heels. If you find that uncomfortable, you can take your cushion, you can stick it between your bum and your heels if that's easier for you. If you find your ankles don't being pushed into that position, you can take your cushion underneath those shins and that will make it a nicer, easier angle for those ankles. And take some nice deep breaths here. So breathing in and out through the nose. Take that air right the way down to the base of the lungs. Expand the ribcage, expand the belly. And then exhale, let them fall. So really use that diaphragm. And then we're going to take it into an all-fours position. So you want to have your knees just about hip-width apart, directly underneath your pelvis. Your hands are just ever so slightly forward of your shoulders. Push those shoulders down away from your ears and lengthen those collarbones. So as you lengthen the collarbones, you just want to feel those shoulder blades slide slightly down your spine and squeeze together. And this is an active pose, so you're really going to push through those hands. Keep the fingers splayed nice and wide. Use your fingertips as little sucker pads onto that mat. And that should help to protect your wrists. Good, so push through those hands, push the mat away. We're going to gently engage that core, so just draw those lower abdominal muscles in towards your spine and try and make your spine as flat as you can. We're just going to start with a cat-cow. So as you inhale, look down, arch your spine up towards the ceiling as far as you can. And exhale. Look up, sink that spine down to the mat. Look up, look down, sorry, arch up. Imagine there's a piece of string pulling your mid-spine up to the ceiling, really round. And then as you sink down, imagine that piece of string is coming from your sternum, from your breastbone, and it's pulling you down from there. Inhale, lift. And exhale, sink. One more each way. Come back to center. We're going to take it to each side, so I want you to imagine you have a tail. You're just going to have a look over that right shoulder and twist your tail towards you so you can see it. And then take it across to the other side, look over your left shoulder, have a look at your tail on the left. As you come to the right, we're pinching in at this right side, lengthening out the left side. and then reverse it. And just keep it slow and controlled. One more each direction. And we're going to then take those two moves together and do an around the world. So you're going to breathe in, arch that spine up towards the ceiling. Have a look over that right shoulder, look at your tail, and then you're going to sink that breastbone down towards the mat. Scoop around. As you come up, look over the left, look at your tail, and around and down. So that spine is drawing nice big circles. Take it the other way. Come back to center, and then we're going to take it into a puppy pose. So come down onto your forearms. Good. Stay onto your heels, onto your knees, sorry. You're going to push those sitting bones back behind you, up towards the ceiling, until your forehead comes down to the mat. Then we melt that chest, melt that breastbone down into the floor, so you get a nice stretch coming through this upper back area. A couple of deep breaths. Way back onto your all-fours position, and we're going to come into downward dog. So you're going to tuck your toes underneath you, keep that spine nice and long, keep the knees bent here. You're just going to scoop that bum up and back behind you, keep those knees bent to begin with. Pull that ribcage in towards the spine, and extend through that upper back. So same as your puppy pose, really push those sitting bones up and back behind you. And then we're just going to walk the dog. So just encourage those heels one at a time down towards the ground. And then just encourage both heels down. Keep that bend in the knees, as much of a bend as you need to. And then we're going to walk toes to feet, toes to hands, hands to feet. And then we're going to slowly roll up. So just draw that tailbone, tuck it underneath you, draw in with those core muscles, those tummy muscles. Stack back up. Good. Come into standing, relax those shoulder blades back and down, relax the shoulders away from the ears. Bring your feet hip width apart with your toes splayed nice and wide. Good. Center your weight over your midfoot, palms face forward. And we're just going to come into mountain pose here. And then we're just going to take it from this mountain position. Just make sure you've got plenty of space at the back end of your mat. So take a little step forward if you need to. Come back into that mountain. We're going to inhale, reach the arms up. Good. And exhale, bring them down. Same again, we're going to take it into chair pose. So reach those arms up. Bring your heels and feet together. We're just going to sit your bum back down into a chair pose. So imagine you're sitting down onto a chair. Just watch those knees. So make sure they're not coming over the toes. You want to be able to see all 5 toes at the same time. And watch that pelvic neutral. So don't let this lower back dip too much. Just tuck your tailbone in ever so slightly. Engage your lower abdominals. Lengthen that spine. Come into chair. Okay, just as far as it's comfortable for you, your chair might be here, you might be able to get right down. Come into prayer with your hands. We're going to do a twisted chair. So as you exhale, you're going to twist and turn your left elbow towards your right knee. And you're twisting from the upper back here, not the lower back. Try not to twist your lower body, it's just the upper back. And send this right elbow up towards the ceiling. And you have a good look up to that right. Feel that nice stretch between the shoulder blades. And twist up to the ceiling as high as you can. Good. Take the hands back to center. Relax them down. We're going to keep that left foot pointing forwards. The right one we're going to take back. And we're going to come into warrior two. So just make sure those heels are in a line. You want your left foot pointing forwards. Your right foot sticks out this way, out to the side. And your hips are pointing out to the side as well. So hips and that right foot stay aligned in the same position. Now watch this left knee, so make sure it's stacked directly on top of the ankle joint. We don't want it coming over the toes again. And just watch it hasn't rolled in. Keep it in line with that second toe. And distribute your weight evenly between your feet. Try not to have all your weight on your front foot. Lengthen that spine again, lengthen your collarbones. We're going to come out into 90 degrees with our hands. Just watch that back hand, it'll often tend to trail behind you. Keep it up at 90 degrees and you're taking your gaze over your middle finger of that front arm. Sink down into that warrior. This is a strong position, a really stable position. Best warrior phase. Good, and then we're going to take it into peaceful warrior. So flip that left hand, that forward hand up to your palms facing the sky. Take your right hand down the back of your leg and just tilt up so that you feel you get stretch to the front of that side. Good. Keep that back leg straight. Good, and really inhale and exhale here. Good. And then take it back into that same warrior two position. So watch that knee, gaze is through the middle finger. We're going to take it down, so this time that left forearm is going to come onto that left thigh and reach the right arm up to the ceiling. So imagine here your back is nice and flush with the wall. You want your spine and that top arm nice and flush with the wall. Try not to lean forward down towards the floor. You're welcome to leave it here, or if you can, then take that right arm forward, overhead, and take your gaze up to that hand. Keep breathing. Bring this arm forwards and around. We're going to circle it up to the ceiling, overhead. One last time. Take it to the ceiling, and then we're going to flip those arms to come back into your warrior two. Good. Now pivot turn that front leg, that left leg, so both toes are now pointing forwards. We're going to do a wide leg forward fold. So legs are as wide as is comfortable for you. Tuck that chin in, engage your core, and you're going to roll those vertebrae down towards the floor. So pop a little bend in the knees. You're just going to hand forward here as low as you can go. If you're a little bit on the stiff side, you might need your block to prop yourself up onto. If you're nice and flexible, you can heel toe a little bit wider with your feet if you'd like to. And then just relax and let yourself go in this posture. Left arm down, grounded onto the floor or onto your book or block. We're going to take the right arm up to the ceiling. So we're in a twisted forward fold. Big inhale and exhale here. You'll feel that stretch down that back of that left leg. And replace it. Let's take it across to the right. Down again. Okay, pop your block to one side. We're going to pivot, we're going to slowly tuck that tailbone underneath you, roll back up again. Okay, a little bend in the knees. And we're going to pivot, turn that left foot back forwards again, and come back into your warrior two. So heels are aligned, bend that front knee, stack over the ankle and over the second toe. Good. Arms are aligned. Good. Take the arms down by your side. We're going to pivot, turn that back foot to face forward. And then take a step forward. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, relax them down. And just take your feet hip width apart again. Good. Arms down by your side, facing with palms forwards, lengthen the spine. And then coming back again into your mountain position. So palms face forward, all through the spine, open the chest. And just take a couple of deep breaths in this position. And then we take it to the other side. So big inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale down. Let's come into chair. So inhale, arms up. Good. Heel toe the feet together. Let's take the bum back over the heels. Make sure you can see your toes. To make sure those knees don't come over the toes. Good. Tailbone tucked under, spine nice and tall. Arms up either side of your ears. And then we'll take it to a twist on the other side. So come into prayer. Twist this time your right elbow over onto your left knee. Left elbow faces up. And twist as much as you can. Untwist. Arms down. Let's take it back. So left leg comes back this time. So we're in our warrior two on the other side. Heels aligned. Left foot points out to the side, straight ahead of me. Right foot points forward. Bend in that right knee. Distribute that weight equally between both feet. And watch that knee doesn't come over the toe. Stack over the ankle and roll it over the second toe. Good. Arms are nice and wide. Back arm in line with the front arm. Don't let it hang down. Take your gaze over that middle finger. Just ground through your feet into this nice strong warrior position. Twist that hand, that front palm up to face the ceiling. Slide the left hand down the back of the thigh. And take it into your peaceful warrior, just so you feel the stretch in that front side. Back to your warrior two. We're going to keep that front knee bent, come down onto your right forearm. And slide that left hand up to the ceiling. So again, imagine you have a wall between your back and this hand, this arm. Keep it there. We're going to slide that arm forward overhead. And if you can, circle around. And keep the arm in contact with the wall. And then take that arm overhead. Look at it if you can. Really reach ahead of you. Reach as far as you can up ahead. And then sink that arm back. So you're back into your warrior two. You're going to take a wide leg forward fold to the opposite side. So for you, you're going to take that right foot, turn it so that both feet are now pointed forwards. I'm going to turn around and face you. And then a wide leg forward fold here again. So tuck that chin in, roll each vertebral segment down. Rib cage comes in towards the spine. Little bend in the knees. And then roll yourself as far down into your forward fold as you can. Again, you might need to heel toe a little wider with the feet. You might need your book or your block. And just let yourself hang here. Wake up those legs a little bit, so take your weight over onto your right foot, bend that right knee, stretch out the left, and then sink it across to the other side. Inhale to come up, exhale as you take it down to the mat. And then we're going to roll back up again, so a little bend in both knees. Tuck that tailbone underneath you, draw the core in, roll the spine back up again. Good. Hopefully come nice and tall. And we're going to take it back into our warrior two on that same side. So for you guys, all you're going to do from here is turn that right foot to face forward again. Heels aligned. Back foot, that left foot's facing out to the side. Bend that front knee and come back into your warrior two. Relax the arms down, pivot, turn that back foot, lift the heel, and then step forward. Big inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, reach them down, come back into your mountain pose. Good, and then from that mountain, we're going to take it into a bow. So have a turn round so that most of your mat's now in front of you. Good. Legs stay in that mountain position, so hip width apart, weight to centre. Let's pop a tiny little micro bend in the knee. We're going to start with our hands on our hips. You're going to lengthen that spine, so elongate as much as you can. Inhale to prepare, and as you exhale, we're going to hinge forward from those hips. Keep the spine nice and tall. Take it down as far as you can until you feel you get a stretch in the back of the legs, or until you start to lose that straight spine. And then engage your core, come back up again. Let's do a couple more. Inhale and exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale back. So imagine you've got a broom handle all the way up your spine as you do this. You want to keep it in contact with that broom handle, your spine in contact with that broom handle the whole time. So try not to collapse so that you come away from the broom. We're going to take it into a swan dive. So big inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, swan dive. So that same shape with the spine. Once you get as far as you can, you're then just going to fold forward. So let those knees bend. Fold your way forward down onto your mat. Just come down onto your hands and knees. And we're going to take it to a side stretch here. So just walk your hands around a couple of paces to the left. Cross your right palm over your left. We're going to sink our weight down onto our right heel this time. Relax your head between your hands. So you're trying to create as much of a banana shape as you can, so you're stretching through that right side. The hands might need to come in towards you a little bit, you might want them round further. Take it to wherever is the best stretch for you. Let's come up, same to the other side. Back up. Just put your feet round to one side. We'll take it into lying, into sitting, sorry, with your legs out straight. If you find sitting with your legs out straight uncomfortable, take your pillow or your cushion. You're just going to sit on it. You have a couple of pillows underneath there. You can also sit on your book or your block. We're going to do a head to toe forward fold. So for most of us who are a bit tight in the back of the legs, me included, we're going to need a little bit of a bend in our knees. Similar to that bowing exercise that we did, we're going to hinge from the hips. So to start with, just pull your toes up towards your shins. Good. Hinge forwards as you exhale from that hip. Good. Bring the arms down, the legs just as far as is comfortable. So for you it might be to the shin. You might be able to come all the way to the feet. And then you're just going to exhale and let your spine relax down over your thighs. If you've got lots of flexibility, you'll be able to do this with your legs straight. For me, that's too much of a strain, so I'm just going to pop a little bend in the knees. Big inhale here. And big exhale. And then just slowly walk your hands up your legs, come out of that position. We'll take it then into butterfly, so take the soles of those feet together. Link your hands and then hook them round over your feet. Sit up nice and tall, relax those knees down towards the floor, but don't force them. You can either stay here, and if you want more of a stretch, just lean your upper body forwards or your spine forwards until you get that stretch in the groin. Slowly come up out. We're going to take our legs into a cross-legged position, if that's comfortable for you. If that's too uncomfortable, if your hips are quite tight there, just take it into a comfortable seated position. We're going to grow tall and ground our sitting bones into the mat. Push the shoulders away from the ears, and then just take the left ear down to the left shoulder. Try not to let that right shoulder lift up with it. Okay, so we're not letting that shoulder lift. Pushing that shoulder down to create that nice length here. Let's take it across to the other side. And back to centre. And then finally, let's take that left hand down towards the floor. Really ground through that right sitting bone. Push it down. And as you reach that right arm up, keep that arm in line with your ear, try not to have it forward. And really proud chest. Push your chest forwards. Let's take it to the other side, so push through that left sitting bone. And back up to seated. Let's inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale down. And one last one. Really reach. Big inhale. Hands to prayer. And then bring your hands down to heart center. And then just bow down. Thank yourself today for your practice, for doing something good for your mind and for your body today. And thank you for sharing your practice with us. Bye.